Gamers, I'm returning to take the Bazaar by storm. I just woke up today earlier than I would have liked, to be honest with you, for a Sunday. And I already wake up pretty early, so you know this was on the early side of early. Or the early side of late, maybe. Or the late side of early. Either way, it's icy bayonet, I'm afraid. Freeze one small for 1 second. I'm just sorry. What the heck is Corzina Crest? It's no longer Vanessa's amulet, man? It's got to be icy, if only because icy is like a great enchantment. Does it get transformed? I honestly don't know. Small and medium. I gotta look for a katana. I thought about just... This will work too. I thought about just taking regen. And I think it would have been fine early, but... Obviously, overall, we would rather... Maybe that too. We'd rather have like a weapon that can do a considerable amount of damage, I think would be preferable. I'm gonna go Pyro. I don't know, man. It's just lighter or any burn item as Vanessa early seems good. Because then it makes the Zor Acid that much easier to play. And if you get the Zor Acid, then it makes Volcanic Vents like an easy pivot. And then you still got the Goddard-Damarong option. You still got the opportunity, if, you know, cooler heads prevail, to run like an elemental depth charge or something like that. And then I mean, you know the way I like to play the game. Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Am I right, people? Silver is actually like best case scenario there. Silver cinders, non-weapon items. I'd love to see volcanic vents. I guess it's a touch early. Silencer is kind of trash now. Star Shard, we can buy and hold for the future. I think we're on a pretty decent start. Handedness, please. Handedness. Not ideal. Necessarily. You know, I'm going to sell you, take you to 4. And I'm just studying it. You know how dogs is and all that. Give me 40 extra health. May or may not matter. What do you think, man? 15% faster, 10% faster honing steel and lighter. I think that might be the play. And then hope that you're running some kind of slow weapon. Overall, we still want katana or like just a better weapon. They got a Bolus, Clamora, Toxic Fang, Turbo Zor Acid. And they're going to be doing a lot of damage. We're obviously going to be slowing some stuff up, but Clamora really isn't what I wanted to slow, man. Twice, especially. This isn't like a wake up my airplane, my skin is bare, if you want to take a picture because I won't remember type thing. Like, we're trying to do a little bit of damage here, but you know what? We'll take that. If I'm being honest with you, they got a pretty strong build here. Lanjan, that's already got a win under its belt, and Zor Acid, that's pretty good. I'm not going to cry about that one. Let me see, with 7 gold, let me get a free item. Orange Julian. This early, still probably very playable. Now, maybe I'm crazy, man. Maybe I'm crazy. I think let's try to get this iciness working for us as soon as possible. Icy Bolus is going to be worse, to be clear. Orange Julian's not giving us too much yet. We should easily be able to take Rogue Scrapper, though. I think you definitely transform Bolus again. But actually, I think Bolus tends to be like alright to just sort of have on your board. We're gonna get there, man. Don't cry. We're gonna get there. A couple of crits would hit the spot. A single crit would hit the spot. We're getting extra damage. Every half of them, like 1 and 2, is getting compromised completely by the heal bot, but we're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there. Just need one more shot. Might not even need one more shot. I don't know the burn calculation. We'll take those. What do I want to see? I don't really care too much. That is at least maybe transformable, but we got some time. Okay, 10 gold, smalls and mediums. I do tend to like a Yeti crab just to have. And then like a switchblade just to be on the board. I think rifle's just too bad to use, unfortunately. We level and expand. Sorry, I'm talking it out for myself here. Bronze tier item. I just don't think Honing Steel's fast enough to be excited about that, but that is like a reasonably good drop, I guess. And I don't know, Seashell is giving us 10 block. I could sell scrap into it, but I'm a little skeptical. I see the problem here. I see the problem here. Maybe as crazy as it sounds, because we want you to take the extra damage for sure from handedness. I think the right play is this, okay? Cut these for a second and work it out from base principles. We actually, you go 5, okay, so we want you here, which means we're going to give you Switchblade. So that, or not Switchblade, sorry, we're going to give you Honing Steel. No. We're going to give you, yeah, we're going to give you, sorry. Switchblade gives 3, which is nothing. Honing Steel gives 12, which is more. Then we're not using the Switchblade, but that's okay. So this is the start of this. Even though it seems like a Switchblade would be better here, I would rather have 12 damage applying to something that goes faster than 6 damage applying to 2 things, but they go much slower. Yeah, because this is going to scale better. Okay. So I had to puzzle that out, unfortunately. Orange Julian, not great to start with, but at least something. Maybe we should try to buff Orange Julian a little bit right off the bat here. I think this is like a pretty sad setup, if I'm being honest with you. And I hear that Dooley's a little OP right now, but let's give it a chance. I think this is we can at least take solace in this being the best thing available for us. Restorative battery with a first Aiden. It's gonna make you mighty tough to kill, if I'm being honest. You got a collection of just like very, very nice items. We do have a freezing bolus. It turns out that's not really that meaningful, to be honest with you. But I think we've got at least something to build around here. Our build around is like fast weapons. There is a freeze enchantment. We'd love to apply it to something a little bit better than a bronze bolus. Orange Julian will get stronger over time.
Nothing is what it seems.
One of these days, that's gonna hit, man. Freeze is small. I gotta level with you. I'm not sure that one's ever gonna do anything for us. I also, if I'm being realistic, I really doubt that Revolver's gonna get us there, even if we give it 10 extra damage. I think like what this is unfortunately investing in like a dead end. Give me Curio instead. Maybe we can get some kind of like a force multiplier.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
In reality, it seems a lot more like what this is going to be is me spending exactly the same amount of money to get less value. It's not necessarily surprising, I suppose, given that this is probably not the first time you've seen me play the game. Well, put Orange Julian back out there. I'm going to try Frost Street Challenger, man. I know the skill is not as good, but if you're running one weapon, 30 damage per freeze seems pretty meaningful. We're reloading the Honing Steel, I've just realized here, so we could probably take that off the board. I don't want to be controversial. I'm pretty sure the Honing Steel has unlimited ammo, though. I don't think there's any need for us to really be sending that one. I think a win on day 3 is unlikely, but I do think that there's something here. Skill, luck, skill. That's not very good. And truth be told, I think if anything, obviously you're important, but we're going to want you to be better for when you transform again. And we get another level you shouldn't have, man. Well, you're cut. I don't even know what to put on the board. I'm sad to see what's happening to the state of affairs these days. Let's upgrade. Realistically, again, you don't really matter. Orange Julian can be upgraded. And then I got some plays here, man. 6 gold? I might have none plays. Let's see what we got. I mean, more burn is mighty tempting. Reloading grenade can be worth a lot too, though. I think I gotta go with the burn, though. And then I feel like this is like... It gives us something, man. It gives us a little something. You could still run reloading grenade, but... Alright, so what does this look like now? I think you... Oh my god, it's a winless dually. I'm not saying we're gonna win, I'm just saying there's a chance. And then, do I really care if you go off more often? I don't think so. I think what I care about the most is you getting 10% reduction, and you getting 10% reduction, so that the burn stacks up faster. Even do I want you with 10%? Orange Julian, it would cut a second off, but I feel like stacking burn is probably like the way that we actually win this. It is, by the way, a horrible seashell. But at least every 6 seconds it gives us a little bit of shield and also freezes, you know? And by a little bit, I mean like a very, very small amount. That seems bad! Let's get this show on the road, man. It is looking like it's a Zor Acid build. It's gonna sting. I can already see the sting. The sting has come and I have been killed. Alright, that wasn't even close. I think if we're being honest, I've had 3 fights where the opponent was almost at full HP at the time in which we died, which is, for me personally, it's a very bearish sign. Haste is not too relevant, but haste and slow can be helpful. I just feel like shot glasses is like a very interesting item. I'll buy it, man. It has ammo. Do we... Yeah, we still have powder flask. Smart not to sell that. Zor Acid is very relevant for what we got going on. Maybe cut... Honestly, I might be crazy for this one. I'm not really convinced we need you out here, which means we wouldn't need you either. Then this would be one weapon. Means Orange Julian is like not as relevant. Haste and slow. We don't really care for Yeti Crab. There is a you know what? We do care for Yeti Crab in the sense that if we get Elemental Depth Charge, which is kind of like... It's endgame for a fella such as myself, I think we gotta consider it. I know we got 0 gold, but this could be a big shop. Could also be basically worthless. But old... Actually, now that I think about it, dude, old saltclaw for 4. So it would... dump and dump. That takes us to 2. And dump, and then get old saltclaw for 4. And then put the shot glasses on the board. Might be something to be said here, man. I don't know. Let's see how we do against Retiree. I'm not fully confident we can beat anybody else.
I'll show you how it's done.
So old Saltclaw, he gets buffed every... I mean, not by much, but he gets buffed every time we slow or haste. And shot glasses slows and hastes everything we got. So it actually becomes like a pretty prodigious weapon pretty quickly. That's something to look forward to. Not to quote Spoon, but not that there's anything wrong. Who's Spoon? Spoon's frontman is slipping my mind right now. I want to say Spoon's frontman is Britt Daniels. Spoon's frontman. Here, Google. Who? Gordon Depp. Nah, that's Spoons, bro. I put an apostrophe in there. Google. I told you not to even use the AI. Why you? I put Spoon apostrophe S frontman. Your AI said, did you mean Gordon Depp? Your search engine said wikipedia.org/Brit_Daniel. Yeah, that's the dude I'm looking for, man. He's an American musician from Galveston, Texas. I could have told you that. He's got no fear for the underdog or something, bro. How about, just give me a weapon and have it... It's not good.
This is how you win the war.
But maybe a medium gold is like a tempting transformation. I'm gonna say when you slow, your weapons gain 2 damage. We can eke a little extra beauty out of that. Okay, we gotta get it. Do we have to get a better freeze? Yeah. That's worse. In fact, I would say up to this point, basically every single transformation has been worse, but...
My fight isn't with you. You insist.
Realizing relying on the transformation might not be an optimistic way to play the game. What is going on here? Trollosaur. Destroy small items. That seems bad for a fella such as myself. I got a lot of those on my board. I don't even know. You destroyed my icy item, bro. I've been killed, it feels like almost instantly. I'm not giving up hope that, like, let's be realistic. This game is very momentum driven. We're probably not getting the 4 on this one, if we're being realistic with one another.
There's no one keeping track of reality.
That's even worse.
We're all far too busy.
Did he? Oh, I thought he said something else. Never mind. But I'm not giving up hope that we can get to 1, man. I fully believe that we can still get to 1. And if anything, I think we can actually take the Gorgon Noble. I know the Gorgon Noble can be considered kind of tricky, but I feel like our build is actually not that bad. It's just really, really bad against human beings, which is unfortunately like the most important thing in the game. No, I think I'm gonna lose. Wait, I'm looking at the calculus. I'm not feeling fantastic about our setup. Wait, we won easily. We own you, actually. That's nothing, man. And that's even better than beating a human being, really. Give me another small burner, man. Pop snappers. We can haste with the best of them. If we're realistic, that's worth nothing. Pop snapper's pretty bad, to be fair, but more burn equals more haste. Give me a silver tier aquatic. We're still trying to get ourselves out of a mess here. What the heck? Google chat? Google chat? Gorgon Noble again!
You'd make a lovely statue.
I mean, either of the enchanted items to be transformed might be the play, man. So I think I'm kind of giving up on my icy enchantment. Just say, stop Google chatting me to tell me how you feel about Mountain Head, just because I sent you a message that said, how do you feel about Mountain Head? By the way, I gave it a 1 star.
Kind of enjoyed it.
Let me see here. Oh, he's talking about the movie The Surfer with Nicolas Cage. I haven't seen that one. Black Rose again. Oh, black water, gonna keep on moving, gonna keep on getting sold to you. You think Life Preserver is likely to mean more than Orange Julian? I'm gonna say no. Especially with a little bit of buff on Orange Julian. I don't know, man. I see a Vanessa on 1 win. I'm thinking there's a chance. I'm thinking there's a world in which we can make this happen. A Crow's Nest double weapon. The Sexton in the middle. Shiny is giving a huge crit chance bonus. So that katana is going to be doing a ton of damage. As you can see, that's exactly how this went down. But... Old Saltclaw, man. Old Saltclaw wanted to see us get a moral victory. That's huge for a fella such as myself. Okay. We got 43 gold, which is insane. I want to see mediums and larges.
Small things?
When you haste, this game's 80 damage for the fight, man. Am I crazy to think you actually cut this fella, run this for a minute? Because this is a very haste-driven build. Benefits from haste, contributes to haste, benefits from haste, contributes haste, contributes to haste, contributes to haste and benefits, contributes to haste and benefits, contributes to haste and benefits. Like, there's great stuff in there. Tortuga doesn't seem like what we're working towards this time. Darkwater Anglerfish plus shot glasses. I just like, it almost seems like it gets there, but I'm just not 100% sure. How about a free haste item? Great pull. We get longer haste out of that, which I think is fine. Let's test this out against the Trash Golem. Do I still have Powder Flask? I don't know. I can't open my backpack right now, I think. But in theory, I think the way that we would like this to work is we only need Arbalest to fire once to win. If we needed to fire twice to win, we'd probably lose. Which means right now is a great spot in the power curve before, like, the HP gets too ridiculous, I guess. That was a great fight. Upgrade to silver or lower. You think shot glasses goes to like 2 seconds of haste, 1 second of slow? He gets more ammo. It goes off pretty quick. That might be the play, man. I mean, there's also the enchanted item, but I have a feeling like the enchanted item is going to get sold off the board.
That's some masking craft.
700 shield is tempting to a fella such as myself. Gumballs, not so much. How about items? I can still use some improvement on the board. I mean, old Saltclaw is sticking around for a minute, so I don't mind. Pop snappers, we can sell it for more later. Pesky Pete. Pesky Pete. We can put adjacent to 2 friends and get multicast for the cost of a single lighter.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Then we've got 2 triple multicasters, which actually seems kind of crazy. And Orange Julian's still burning a hole in our pocket. Okay. Sure me.
I may be young for a captain.
We're set up
I've seen
okay.
my shifts.
We got a little temporary shield, which gives us the one thing we're lacking, which is defense. They're gonna have a very fast katana that also slows and has lifesteal. This is a very, like, this is a classic looking Vanessa build. This is like a straight out of 2024 Vanessa build. I mean that with no disrespect. That being said, take one of those. Taste my blade. Taste my blade. Can I get a little bit of credit? Just, and I'm not saying I'm the most creative Bazaar player of all time. I rarely use Arbalist, and I never use Pesky Pete. So this was like an at runtime decision for me. I'm hoping for B1 and B2 to upgrade you. Let me get Cinders. I mean, you're never getting above +3. Which to me means, like, I might as well give it to the thing that has the same cooldown. But, is never, no matter where I move it on the board, it's never going lower than ×3. You're never going above ×3. Non-weapon item. I might take a look at ammo. A burner is tempting. We don't have things that go off that fast. Like, you go 3 seconds. In 7 seconds, you'd go... Like, if I cut you... Or even if you cut old Saltclaw... Put you out there, you benefit from, like, this multicaster plus this going off like crazy. Getting more burn general. I'm gonna try it at least. I think we can afford to try. I was hoping to get, like, an elemental depth charge, but, like, when am I not? I guess, oh, but then when we take you out, you're only a ×2 caster, man. It's okay, we can move you over here to benefit from the ×3 and then move the lighter over with it. Shouldn't matter for this fella, I think. I thought he said, yeah, yeah. I thought he was trying to engage in film criticism about the film Triangle of Sadness. You know what I'm talking about? Yaya. Yaya's in there, man. Not Yaya Toure, former defensive back from Manchester City. There's always ammo, like hot shells. Ammo items do burn, but we don't have that much ammo going on. Maybe like burn freezes, yeah. Use a friend burn too? Burn 2? Is this anything? Wait, what was... Oh, no. Okay, sorry. You go here. You go here. You go here. You go here. You need to be adjacent to one more. We don't have another friend on the board, bro. That's the problem. Freeze, even for 2 seconds, freezing is good. My time? My time?
You say objective.
A burner that freezes?
I say one person's daydream.
I'm never going back again. Let's just put it that way. Do you cut... I mean, Pesky Pete is now slower than a lighter. Or do you cut this and run old Saltclaw back on the board? That makes sense to me, too. It's close, though. I think temporary boosts more HP. 179, that's nothing, man! I don't know why I thought it would be like 700 like our shield, but hey, don't punch my microphone arm, cerebellum. What I'm thinking is, we do well against Vanessa, so seeing a Mac is kind of devastating for me. I just don't even know what I'm looking at here, man. Some kind of cairn? The Sands of Time? They look, to me, this looks like Mac is writing his own cards, and I find that deeply reprehensible. To me, that looks like Mac is, like it's a card that says, write what you want this card to do right here, and he's writing in, poison for 7,000 or something like that. But truth be told, I was fully prepared with the way that our momentum was going to just be at 0 wins. So to be at 2 with some hope for the future is very nice. How about Volcanic Vents, man?
What can I get?
Elemental Depth Charge. We're not really an aquatic build, but it's really hard to argue with what Elemental Depth Charge is capable of. Shot Glass is not aquatic, but I kind of like the Arbalest build we got going on, if I'm being honest, which means you can get sold, because it means I'm never going to rock you. And I think Orange Julian just isn't built for what we got going on, and this is causing us to go to nodes that are not productive. So I'm going to... Maybe it's the wrong decision from like a win standpoint. Or I think it's an acceptable decision from a let's see how this Arbalest works out type of situation. Smalls and mediums. I doubt your ammo's really going to matter. I think what we might be looking for, to be honest, is like if we hit level 10... Which we should hit level 10. Not today, but in general. If we hit level 10, like a restorative Arbalest or a restorative Saltclaw or something might be playable. Something to give us a way to counter damage over time for long enough for the Arbalest to actually go off and hopefully one-hit KO. It having 0 crit is also pretty bad, but... I don't know why I chose to fight this guy, to be honest with you. When you heal or regen, charge a poison item. Seems like a waste of a really good skill on this build, but... Now, if I'm being real with you, I don't think Arbalest needs 2 ammo. Because we don't live long enough to shoot twice. If anything, I don't know if we live long enough for, you know, shot glasses to go off 5 times, but we're here. Give it a chance, I guess. Premium chocolate bars. I don't think we got a transformation target in mind. You're never making it on the board, man. Weapons unlikely to matter. But let's take a peek, just because if we got the next level of this. And I think, honestly, this clears the Shark Ray. 80 damage versus 100. Even though you... Or 80 damage versus 20. Even though you don't need a reload. Again, we don't live long enough for that to really matter.
Go ahead.
Please let this be a dually who's not up on the patch notes, man. Icy Electric Eels seems kind of crazy, and Dualtron. Dualtron seems kind of nasty. Even frozen, it's going to gain charge. Any chance we can just haste like a billion times? Any chance we could just kill you with 1 shot? I don't think that's going to happen. Well, you know what? Today's going to be a monumental day, because we'll at least get 2 chances for enchantments, right? One of them's just straight up random, which is scary. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it gains haste. We want to generate more haste, which to me means we should put it on a multicaster. Instead, I mean, to be honest, doubling the haste is also very meritorious, because it would... cause it to outpace the slow and everything would go off. You know what? Let's be smart. And by smart, I mean maybe overthink it instead of going from our base principles. Now, every time Shot Glasses goes off, we get 1 second of haste net. That seems like it could be pretty valuable. This seems like you're ticking me off. Aquatics is a lot of our board, though. Dive weights is very relevant, man. But can we afford to dump this Andy? Reach adjacent aquatic, reduce the cooldown, multicast equal to ammo. You go off 3 seconds, 3 seconds. You haste. You're going to haste like 4 times. I have to have you adjacent to aquatics. I don't think I can fit you. I know that seems kind of stupid, but like, I can't fit you without screwing up Pesky Pete, I think. But I'm interested to see how this works out. I don't even know what I would want, man. Magnus's femur is like, it seems like a great pivot if I had built any kind of slow at all, but I honestly forgot this guy even had it. What a shot. 1974 damage. The 1975 when the 1974 walk in. I'm your grandpa. Boys with the time machine type stuff. Enchanted item with heal effects. This is exactly what the heck I was talking about, man. I think you are the right play. You're going to scale fast enough. You go off faster and more often than the Arbalist. You might give us a chance to stay alive. Obviously, we're hoping for an item we already have that then just gets a slow enchantment attached to it. Either way, I'm pleased with our play here. Sure, could it have been better? Yeah, but like, even if I played 20% better, I mean, the nerds in this game, they just outpace you, man. It's rise over run, to be honest with you.
I may be young for
Treading water at bronze 5, the lowest possible rank, that's a win for a fella such as myself. I'm not even sweating that, especially in ranked. I'm a different type of beast. I'm not displeased as long as I'm having fun. Losing, you know, it doesn't stay fun forever, but it's okay for now. It's better than the game crashing, you know, every 2 seconds. How quickly the dualies rushed back in, man. Duels rush in. Elvis was right for that one. He was spitting. All right. There were some ups and downs, but I'm not too disappointed in that one. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And, of course, I'll see you next time. Later.